Him and a lady named Jackie. He sent the lady named Jackie to recruit me. She is like transgender lady to go live in his group, and he was telling me how I wouldn't get. I keep my page and stuff like that. Let me see if I can turn.
You're a little low. I also am having a little. What's that?
Yeah, it's loud where I'm at. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I hear you a lot better now.
Uh,
This is much better. What you just did, but that was much better. All right. So, what introduced you to this app? How did you get on this app?
Everybody came to this app. All the people we used that I roasted with, we had like a reporting war on Facebook. So everybody came to this app, and I didn't because I finally got to go live for hours without getting reported. But like everybody made me their content over here. So when I came, my first live over here, I probably had like 12 or 1300 people, which was a lot to me because we used to go on live like 300 people is a lot on Facebook. So everybody had already knew me, but a lot of people came over here and made their name off of talking about me. But we all left though. Don't get that twisted. Ashley was the only one on Periscope, but they was reporting so much on Facebook that I went to Periscope, and that's how everybody from the Facebook side ended up going. Nobody went to Periscope. We used to say that's for the old people. We all did. When I went, everybody followed me. No matter where I go, everybody followed me. I swear.
When we talk about the congregation, was the congregation started on the book, or was that something that you began over here?
That started on Facebook.
Okay.
Started on
And,
Facebook.
and so the congregation became is basically who or the congregation basically your supporters, family, friends, and stuff like that. Like, was it a roasting group too, or was it just the people that were surrounded with you?
It was no, the church wasn't a roasting group. It really wasn't no roasters. It was like I had a group. I probably got it up to like 10,000 people, and it was only me, Ashley, and Demo that used to go live in that group. Nobody else would. This app made everybody else turn into host and all that stuff. Before that, nobody was even trying to. I
All
had
right.
a group, an organized group. We ain't never allowed to argue with each other. We don't do none of that beef and stuff. Even to this day, if you do that, we kick you out. We is just you want to go live, then you go live. Ain't nobody going live till you get done with your live. It wasn't no special times. If I get on and I want to go live and you on, I just wait till you get done. So everybody don't never we got to argue about who got the views and all that stuff. But there was only
What,
three of
okay. What was it like transitioning that over to here? Like, what was did you? Because I mean, over here you said you saw a lot of views, and it was that just the thing that kept you here, or was it like was it a financial thing? Because did you come over here initially as
money.
a host?
We was getting paid to go live over here, so
Okay.
and it was cool. It was good money for people that wasn't making shit or acting. We never asked for money. We never asked for cash app. We never asked for nothing. Nobody did except 21, the only one that asked for money before this app. Nobody ever asked for money or thought about it. We just went live because we love to go live, and we'd be on it all day.
All right. Okay. What is it that so what? And I'm only asking because it's going to precede the question. What was your relationship with Brandon at that moment when you first started coming over here? Were you were you ever in because you just knew him on the book and he would try attempted to recruit you into Keys. So over here, did he ever try to recruit you into Keys over here or
No, he ain't never tried to recruit me over here. On Facebook, when Brandon tried to recruit me, he had told me I could go live in his group. Now I didn't have a group. I had left Room 21, and I was just I had telling him I'm with his name. Like I want my name to be on the shit too. He was telling me he gonna have a reality show and he needed me to be a part of it to make it work. And I was telling him, well, my name got to be something with the church in the title, and it was gonna still be Keys to the Street. So I told him no. So I did. I went live in this group. The first time I went live, I got banned for 30 days. He told me I wouldn't get banned in this group. So then when I stayed over there going live, I'm probably this group was already made from whoever he got it from. So I go in there, I go live. When I'm done, I shot him out and tell everybody to follow me in my group also. I did the same thing. John Wayne had his own group. I do the same thing in his group. But Brandon started calling me like at this time, come on. At 3:15, I want you to come roast this dude. He got a big following. You can take it. And I was telling him like, I don't do that, bro. Like I don't got premeditated jokes. Like I like to laugh at my own shit. So I don't look up people. I like to do it while I'm live, so it ain't gonna be funny if I already know what I'm gonna say. But he kept calling me and shit. So I'm like, people start when I was live, people start coming in there the same way. I'm like, dude, you sending these people in here? I don't even know them. You feel me? So I had left him alone. I left the group alone. I ain't go back in there no more. And when I quit messing with him, that's when he just started having everybody coming for me. Man, just people that wasn't even roasters. So when we came over here, we had a we wasn't beefing like real life, but on the internet we wasn't like court. We wasn't friends. It was just a regular roast. We go roast all the time, strictly on the app roasting. When I got over here, I was allowed on Brandon panels, but it was always the whole panel against me. When I first got here, it was the whole panel against me. It'd be on his live. And when we really fell out is when Ashley was texting me while I was on this panel, like, cause I had turned into a host. So I took my old page and I was gifting myself all the shit from my old page to my host page. But I was on his panel and Ashley was like, stop gifting yourself. Brandon got the panel on 50%. I ain't know shit about 50%. She like, Brandon, take a half of everything you give yourself. So when I looked back and I got off the live, I really didn't have shit in my wallet. I'm like, God damn. And Brandon dropped me like one super card because that's what the gift did, but it was really all my shit. So I'm like, I ain't getting back on your panel. And every time I got on there, I'm like, no gifts, no gifts, no gifts. Don't give me shit. And he quit letting me come to his live because he couldn't get no money off me no more. Then it started. It started escalating. When the money started, people start seeing what they can make. The real outside of the app shit started getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Wow. Do you feel like that was the spark that sparked what became, especially on this app, one of the I would say one of the I was, if not the most legendary, but one of the most legacy driven beefs on the app. Do you, that's the spark? Okay. Um, do you find so from that instance, you weren't you were a host, but you weren't an agent then. How did you get your agency? Explain, well, how, but when did you get your agency? And what was it? What was that transition for you, being not just a broadcaster, a host, leader of the family, but also an agent? What was that like for
My agent had told me that he'd give me an agency. Basically, I was telling him I wasn't I wasn't trying to hit 3 million and all that shit. I ain't know it wasn't. We didn't care about that shit because we was just making money. But he like, man, you can help my agency if I turn you on to one. You know what I'm saying? Then me and you could both be recruiting hosts, and I get in. He was saying he'd be in my agency to help me, and I could help him with certain hosts, so we wouldn't cross, the 50% thing they had or whatever. So he had wrote a letter. He did all that by himself, solo did, and just presented the agency to him in HNIC. So HNIC had pushed the papers for me and called people, and I got an interview on the phone, and they gave me an agency. But it wasn't. I didn't have nothing to do with it. That was HNIC and him.
okay, cool. All right. So you become successful on the app, of course, as because of the entertainment. You're growing the church. You're growing everything. Where did I'd say Eb fit in the picture with you, and how was that? What sparked that? Or was it just that she was with?
Yeah, they'd be lying for some reason. She keeps saying we wasn't cool because he was taking over the church. I never watched Ed, like never watched Ed, never ever since Facebook, never watched Ed. I ain't know nothing about Ed. Period. The first time Ed came across my desk, All the people from the church was coming to get me, saying, Eb want to meet you, Eb want to talk to you, Eb this. And I went to Eb Live. I took a shower on Eb Live, got off the shower. I had Eb going crazy. Anybody, these are facts. I had Eb going crazy. I had her panties wetter than a fire hydrant. No jokes at all. I swear I had melted her, and I didn't go back in her live no more. After that, the next time I went in her live, it was because somebody sent me some receipts of her having roaches on her headboard. That's the next time I talked about her. I never seen her on Periscope or on this app. I never watched her, period. So she got into it with Ashley one night, and at this time, me and Ashley wasn't cool. But I don't know. I don't know. Eb is a messy person. I never knew she was messy. When I met Eb on the book, she wasn't messy. She just was going live on the book. But she had turned into this other character that y'all be seeing now. So Ashley was going to fight her, and Eb was outside waiting and screaming and shit. And she went back in the house, and she was like, 20 minutes later, they like, go out there, Ashley out there now. So I was telling her, don't go back out there. You got your kids and shit. Fuck one outside. You was out there. She wasn't there. She said she was gonna be there. And Eb like, fuck that bitch. I ain't going. Eb stayed in the house. So maybe a couple of days later, they was jumping sweets outside her apartment, and Eb was in the live in the box like I am. Like, yeah, get that bitch and do this and do that. I'm like, damn, Eb, you messy like that. And she just went 10 on me. Boy, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. And I don't motherfucking. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And everybody like, shit, that's when everybody was like, that's how Eb been. And I'm like, damn, okay. I put a stop movement on us. Nobody in the church don't give her shit no more. If you go in there, go on the foo-foo or get out my family. We ain't supporting no bitch like that. We don't support bitches like that. Period. I thought that bitch was a woman. We don't support her. When I did that, it cut her bag probably by 70%. As you can, as we can see today, her organic support.
Um,
That's when beef really started with her. She said that I was scared she was taking all the church members, so I made them quit gifting her.
okay. Um, Grant, what when it comes to your relationship with China Red, Ashley, y'all have had uh, some run-ins before. How would you classify your friendship or relationship with her?
When right now,
I mean, kind of throughout. Like, what it was
bro,
initially
well,
like.
there's so much shit we done did, and so many times. Me and Ashley was cool. Like I said, she started off with her friend Ike the Dyke. The first time I met Ashley, I went in her friend room. His name was Mike the Dyke or Ike the Dyke, and he had just came on the app. He was a strong nigga. He had a wig on. He was doing impersonations. So I'm like, shit, I'll be doing that. I'm like, let me go in here and get dude popping. I never seen him before. So I put on the wig and shit, and I went in there. And Ashley was like, oh, kick him. He clout chasing. But I'm like, shit, I'm pastor already. Like, already, everybody know me. So the comment, they kicked me out the thing. But everybody like, bring him back. That's pastor. Bring him back. So then me and Ashley was cool. Somehow she hooked up with Brandon, and the beef started. You know what I'm saying? But it was in the Brandon got in my group. And I used to cash app Ashley like I cashed app the rest of the people, my admins, all that shit. Like nothing major, some nail money, some short shit, $75 type shit like that. So when they got through with that, she'd go back and she'd just go back to Keys, and then she'd be like, motherfucker, I infiltrated them motherfuckers, but her coming over there be like it was so genuine. So it got to a point where I'm like, fuck Ashley, because she was fucking up my fan base by me keep on kicking it with her. You know what I'm saying? So we had got to a point where it wasn't nothing online, but we started talking again through Messenger and shit like that. She'd be telling me shit about this app when I first got on it and all that. We still have our fallouts, and like so when she did get through fucking with Brandon, I still didn't trust her. So every little thing she did, I bite down on it like, bitch, fuck you, you ain't finna burn me again. So the last time we fell out, which made me know that she really off the bullshit that she was on for real.
The the critics would say, some critics might say that a lot of your alignment with people tends to be people who then
Volume went out. Did the volume go out for y'all? Your volume went
oh
out.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Go ahead.
I'm
You
sorry,
it had
y'all.
stopped for
Oh, I don't know. All right. So some critics say that a lot of the, a lot of the times you align yourself with people who have issues with the keys in their organization. Even in the case of Ashley, what would you say to that?
I align myself with people that want to be aligned with me. I don't recruit nobody because they fall out with Brandon. That don't be my team. But I'll be telling a whole bunch of people how he is. And when they finally realize it, we might have a sit down, but that'll be it. I ain't recruiting Nature Boy, even though he said he wanted to come over here. I just told him, I told you that's what it was. I don't be wanting nobody that be with dude, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I don't recruit nobody, period. Nobody can say Pastor been in my inbox trying to get me to talk about Brandon. Pastors in my inbox saying come to such and such agency. I don't do none of that shit. I don't do none of that. I ain't recruited a motherfucker, period. Nobody can say that. Pastor said come be in my agency. Nobody.
This live is definitely sponsored by $Jones Keith 38. Make sure y'all hit that cash app. Gifts are not required for me or him. Please send all your gifts to $Jones Keith 38. Um, you brought up Nature Boy a minute ago. Did you know him from Facebook or did you find him on this app as well?
I ain't no Nature Boy at all to this app. When he came to the app, everybody was talking about him. You know, me being who I was, like people wanted me to roast him and shit. So I was looking him up, watching videos and shit. And I was like, I ain't like the nigga from what I seen, but after I watched him in real life, it made me say that I just don't like what he do. I don't like his ways. But him as a person, if I get a person like him without the fucked up ways, then he'd be cool. But his ways only fucked up according to my morals and principles. But what he do, I don't be mad at him if he whoop, beat a girl or whatever he do. That heinous shit he do, I don't be mad at him because it's all behaviors that they are okay with. His household is cool what he do, and he tell them this what I do. Y'all go deal with it, or y'all can leave, and they all choose to deal with it. So he ain't forcing nothing. He do. People that's in his circle that let him do that. That's cool with him doing that, which makes it okay for him to do it. So I can't be mad at him for beating up a girl that's cool with getting beat up. I can't be mad at him for doing. I could be mad at him for what they say he did with the baby, but at the same time, I can't ridicule him because a woman is in there while your baby doing that, and she's letting him know it's okay by not putting her foot down about it. So I'll be a fool to go and try to fight a battle that it ain't even no war. It ain't even no war. Why am I putting myself in the position to fight for these people that love what's going on? So Nature Boy, tell him I'll beat your ass if you come down here. That's a part of me being a king. If you want to come, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And they be like, come out. You don't say come, it's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be graveyard, never touch you, then beat him up. He don't trick him. You tell him exactly what it's gonna be, and he stand on it. And he cool with his daughter getting her ass whooped by men. He said if his daughter get her ass whooped, he gonna ask the man why he whoop her, and if it's with some disobedience shit, he gonna tell his daughter to straighten up.
Recently, that's fair. Recently, you made headlines for being on a very interesting Family PK with Brandon Nature Boy and TKO Capone. Many people, I did interview TKO Capone yesterday, and many people, including him, did not really understand the issue that you had with him. And this is probably where the critics say you tend to have issues with people who are aligned with the other side. What is your real issue with TKO Capone?
I didn't have no issue with TKO. When TKO came on the app, we was cordial. Even while he was cool with Brandon, I used to have shit to say, and I say I ain't gonna say nothing about your founder or Brandon while I'm in your live, because he gonna feel like I'm disrespecting him to you. I don't be doing that shit. When I go on other people's lives that's cool with him, I keep my shit to myself. I do that on my own platform because I know what he go say, and I'm gonna get him content. TKO started doing heinous ass hoe shit, taking women shit, locking them out the house, making them piss on the porch, kicking them out, calling the police. All these different women coming forward about you whooping their ass, acting like you got all this bread, acting like you just such a great, fabulous dude. Putting poly in is a word instead of pimping because you're really pimping, but you'll tell him it's poly. He doing the opposite of nature boy. He tricking people to come down there. He tricking them, and then when they get there, he whooping their ass, beating the dog shit out of them, taking all their money, recording it, sending them to the bank to go to the ATM, putting them in strip clubs, making them take their clothes off, selling the bitch that he loved the most. His poly relationship, his pussy's for sale. He tried to sell Armani one night. He was on live, said, "You like that shit? You can talk to her too. Come here, Armani." And told her, "Come here." That ain't poly. Poly means I go with a whole bunch of women. Not I got a whole bunch of women for sale. Nature Boy ain't selling this woman, and he gonna be mad as fuck if she even look at another nigga like she wanna. He gonna tell a bitch, "Get out." TKO all about a dollar. He don't care about nobody but his motherfucking self, and that's why he don't have nothing. If you want to be this dude that you proclaim, he's so mad that he show us his furniture is all fucked up, but he claim he driving a Bentley with millions of dollars around his neck, but his furniture fucked up and he got to keep wearing the recycled ass clothes. Man, get out of here. You a fraud. You got contacts in. You got weave in your hair. You was caught in the act putting your penis inside a man's asshole.
But
you want to act like you not and all this, boy, get out of here.
in all fairness, I'm led to question if the women that are domestically
Yep.
abused by Nature Boy want to, is it not the same that the women who
Not the
want to
same.
get TKO their
The
money
difference
want to as
is,
well?
look how many women TKO had. He had Cash Booth, he had Valley, he had Diamond, he had Boss Barbie, he had Honey Bee. All of them left because he lied to them, telling them they was gonna be poly. When they got there, he tried to turn them into hoes. He beat their ass and tried to turn them into hoes. He put his motherfucking in their motherfucking backyard when they thought he was going into their fucking yissy. He did all type of weird shit. He's tricking people down there, taking all that lady money, taking her gaming chair that he still sit in today, keeping her credit card, running and maxing it out, then giving it back. After you kicked her out, you took and stole her credit card, and everything he do is to please himself. And Armani not never going nowhere because she's the dumbest person on the app. She the dumbest women, girl on the whole app because she deal with it and he done trained her since she was a little girl. Not to mention TKO is a registered sex offender for violating a 15-year-old girl. He's a registered sex offender in real life that ain't even supposed to be on the internet at all, period.
Okay. Um, the thing that he went to jail for, I'm assuming, is the same thing. Did he not? But did he not do his time for that already? Or is that something?
No, he's still on papers for that. He's still on parole for that right now. Coercion and a sexual assault. He's on papers for that right now, and he's a registered sex offender right now. Yes, he did what he was supposed to do, but he's still practicing the same behavior. The only reason he say poly is because he ain't allowed to say pimp. But when he get that lean in his system, he start talking about how much of a pimp he is. That's what he do. But he ain't supposed to do none of that because his ass will be gone somewhere. All it takes is for any one of them women to press charges on him and we won't ever see him again. Ever. But he doing that because he manipulate them and he know they ain't gonna tell on him.
The Sydney Star allegations about TKO. Yeah, of of
Allega-
course.
Allegations mean we don't know. As long as you assuming it's an allegation. When a man tells you to your face he watched you have sex with Sydney Star, you and your friend Chase, I watched them. They came in the house and was doing it. When I opened the door, they was having an orgy with Sydney Star. When Jason Lee called Sydney Star on live and Sydney Star confirms that Sydney Star messed with TKO, then it's not an allegation no more. It's the truth. You really had sex with Sydney Star in real life.
I have met Sydney Star. I have pictures on my IG with Sydney Star. I've known Sydney Star to be a very, let's see, how can I put this? She understands how to curate clout. She understands how to curate narratives. I've seen her in action. We shot a reality show together. We shot a pilot. And she was almost like a director knowing how to make the storylines do what it doesn't do. Do you think Is there any question in your mind for the credibility of what she's saying? And just asking because, of course, anybody can say anything. I also said I said I was your wife. Of course, that's not credible. But at the end of the day, somebody can say anything. Is this 100% the person that you're saying telling us? How credible is that person? And I'm just only asking. What do you think is the level of credibility?
What you're doing and everybody else is a man was there that witnessed it. I seen with my own eyes you having sex with Sydney Star. So when Sydney Star confirms it later, nobody told Jason Lee to find Sydney Star. Sydney Star name been ringing from TC on this app, exposing TKO. Even TKO raped the girl in the back seat that TC had brought down there and raped her in the back seat of the car and had the police and everybody at the house. It's a whole bunch of stories of this man's illicit behavior in real life. So it's not an allegation. If you don't got it's a man on here that told you to your face, I watched you have sex with Sydney Star. Why would he lie?
Someone said TC would have a reason to lie about TKO, and I'm only paying devil's advocate. They have the issues. They have the former friendship. They have the issues. TC has no reason to lie. People, you have the right to
pick Sydney Star. Why would he pick Sydney Star? Somebody that was in your house for real. Why would he pick Sydney Star out of everybody else?
That I can't answer. Let's just move on to the next. I don't know why he would pick Sydney Star. All right. So you have stated that because of your morals, you judge some people depending on their relations with women. What would you say to someone who would ask, you have said and done some things to women yourself? There's been, of course, there is some of the talk and rhetoric that you have in the scope of roasting, but then it goes on to that. There has been reports that you have said things about Eb's daughter, and so on and so forth. What would you say to the critics?
Everything. Listen, when you open up the door with talking about kids, because I could talk about a whole bunch of shit she said about my kids, that badass runaway ass bitch you got. No. If you open up the door to talk about kids, then we talk about kids. I happen to be a roaster that don't give a fuck what you say about anybody. My dad, granny, my kids, I wouldn't give a fuck what you say because I know my kids. You just trying to do something for entertainment. But your kids really fuck. And that's why it hurt more when I talk about theirs, because the shit I talk about really be based on the truth, facts, and what I see in your parenting. So if you talk about my kids, I'm gonna talk about yours. I'm not gonna say we ain't doing them kind of jokes. But if you don't talk about my kids, I ain't gonna talk about yours. If you smack me, I can punch you. Don't matter what you do to me. If you open up the door, my reaction can be whatever the fuck I want. If you say my kid need their ass whooped, I can say your kid need to motherfucking get jumped and stumped on the side of the curb. You can. That's my reaction. Or leave my kids out of it. But nobody gonna say I talked about their kids that haven't talked about mine. Eb has no excuse with nothing. Everything goes with Eb. Everything goes with Eb. She doesn't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of without that one person. And she got the most reckless mouth on the whole app, the most reckless attitude on the whole app. Everything goes with her. Everything. It ain't nothing you can say that disrespects her. Period. She the most disrespectful person on the whole app.
Recently, there was a issue with Savannah Garcia, Trina B, and their pages getting deleted on the app. You stepped in as someone who had experience with how the app works and stated that you believed that this actually was the work and orchestration of Brandon Keys. Do you feel like that right now? Even though both Savannah and Trina have now stated that they do not believe that Brandon had anything to do with their page being deleted or the ban or however the questions are about it. Now, while me personally, I do believe there are questions, it does make sense to me now that Brandon probably wouldn't get his own host page banned. You explained a reason while I was on the live as well, why you believe so. If you don't mind, could you paraphrase that for us right now and then go into even after why you still believe that Brandon had something to do with it, even after the people who were affected don't believe that?
What happened to Brent, Trina B, and what happened to Savannah has never happened in the history of Bico. You have never got a special band where they informed your agent that we're going to block this person on such and such a day, and they don't block them on the day. If Bigo say we taking anything on this day, then why did they wait to take it? Do you think that when they made it, they was gonna know that it was a holiday? They didn't know it was a holiday weekend, so they made a mistake. Just like Ebb's page. That's them guessing. Everybody that knows what's going on with the people in the back, the hackers that can get your shit, they'll tell you 3 to 5 days, and you will go off of that. And then them days don't come, so you got to make something else to tell the people. But we know for a fact, Ebony's page been took a million times and should never have came back, except they got somebody behind the scenes. Cash, Sean Cash page was took, and he kept on trying to get it back. Got burnt for a whole bunch of money. Finally got it. Mother Tay the same way. All of these people go back to who? Brandon Keys. Ironically, soon as you waste 400 boxes trying to get your host to 3 million with no rebate the next month, your top host page gets only your host get took. Only your hosts have ever got a letter from Bigo saying they're gonna be banned on this day. Only your host page really don't get banned till days later. And then you, the first thing you do as an agent is tell them they can pay to get their page back. If you took my page for being underage, Bigo, and I get in touch with my agent and say, man, they took my page for being underage. As an agent, I'm supposed to say, I'm finna get in touch with them. Let me talk to my agent manager and see what's going on. And send me a picture of your ID. Did you do the appeal? Yeah, I did. All right, I'm gonna send your ID to my agent. Not give me $1,000 and I get your page back. But you get your money back, and I still get my check because usually when they ban, you can't get on. They got that underage ban, so they still can get their money. But if they couldn't, if they'd have did the regular ban like Brandon thought it was gonna be, then he get his $1,000, which goes in my pocket, and you go get your page back because I took it, and I'm still gonna get paid off you when the checks come out. But it ain't no coincidence that only your host going through this. And where's the fucking receipts? Where the receipts at that Bigo sent saying that Trina B, Bigo ID Trina B510, and Bigo ID Savannah's page go get took? If they page finna get took, then how did Trina B page get hacked and they changed this motherfucking Bigo ID? So his page got hacked when it was supposed to get took by Bigo. It didn't get took on the day, then it got hacked and they took all his money and all this. That's you, bro. That's you because you broke and you messed up. Look at where everybody at. It's the last day of the month. Brandon Keys, the #1 agency at Northwest Ohio, Northwest America, Northern America, don't have no 3 million hosts. The first time Brandon has no host at 3 million and he has the most organic support. Make it make sense. Last month he fucked his bag up when he didn't get that rebate and spent over $40,000 to get Ebony and TKO to 3 million. No rebate at all. Didn't give TKO back his $8,000. Today, Queen Op going live. We don't even see Queen Op sit with Eb since they fell out. She's swearing to God her page is banned and she's on live. She on live saying her page is banned. She can't get her money. She got to sell pussy again. And her page not banned. Inbox Bigo, ask him, is this host banned and how many points do it need to get unbanned? And there is no ban period on her page. And that's why she's live in the box doing a storyline to cover up for all the real shit that's going on because Brandon trying to get everybody to not believe what he was doing with Cherry the Boom over the last weekend. These are facts. I told him yesterday, I said, Brandon go come up with a smoke to clear the air so we don't talk about him and Cherry. And he went and got Queen Op to say her page was taken. She can't be a host no more, and they hate me in my bag, messed up in my bag. This and the whole time she a host right now. She can go live right now. If she got a foo-foo page and got on the other phone and pointed the phone at her real page and pushed the live button, her ass will go live. Ain't nothing wrong with her page. You telling us Bigo lying? We trying to get you out of Bigo jail, and they lying saying you're not banned? Get out of here.
But Queen Op and Shell have been under scrutiny lately. Definitely on other apps that are even calling for Bigo to investigate them or take them off the app. So you're stating now that Brandon is that Brandon calls that as well, because it's kind of like convenient. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If he
That
was
was just
created,
they go
no,
believe it. They go believe it. They already got you on Instagram saying that such and such coming for you. They go believe it. Say your page got took. Say you can't do this. I'm gonna have you lying with Ed. Why was she lying with Ed? First, she ain't supposed to be on live. Why she go to Ed box somebody she don't like? Then here come Cherry. Here come everybody else. You know why? Because Brandon texting them. Come to my live. Talk about such and such. Talk about such and such. Get it going. Try to paint a different narrative. 6,000 people in there, and we ain't talking about nobody. All his, all his shit.
you
Everybody in Cherry Boom's live said Brandon bought Cherry the Boom them shoes. Everybody in that live, 2,000 people said Brandon bought Cherry them shoes. Cherry said, when daddy comes in town, I always get what I want. Brandon was in town. We ain't never heard Cherry say that. Last time it was a bag. This time it's shoes. We know Brandon bought the bag last time. Cherry tells on him all the time without fucking up her bag, because you can always say, oh, what if? I could be talking about him or I can't. You always leave a question mark behind it. But Cherry blatantly tells him, calls him on live. Don't you ever disrespect me with them bitches. When I call you, answer. And he don't say nothing. The only person on the app that can check Brandon Keys and never get a rebuttal is Cherry the Boom. Nobody else can do it. He called Eb high and everything before. He has never disrespected Cherry the Boom. He went to Atlanta and didn't make one fucking post at all. Not one post, not one live, none of that shit. Cherry and him was off live the whole fucking time. Soon as Brandon make it back home, they both live all day. He got caught at a restaurant. They seen the background. He ran out the restaurant. Get in the car. You hear pill bottles opening. Close the door. He turns his camera off, and 3 seconds later, he in the live. Put it in lines, and then in the live immediately. Why? Because he was out to eat with Cherry the Boom. You seen your location that got motherfucking snapped, and you ain't want nobody to know where you was at. You got in the car. You turned your camera off. You hurried up and ended because Cherry had to get in the car, and you ain't go back live no more. You ain't go back live no more till you left Atlanta. It ain't no coincidence that all of this shit is happening soon as you in Atlanta. Cherry the Boom doing all this extra shit. And Cherry really liked Brandon. That's why Cherry had an attitude yesterday, going live, calling niggas and doing all type of weird shit. Because Cherry was trying to make Brandon mad for whatever they fell out about, which is him not living his real life. Cherry went live saying these niggas be scared to live who they are. They be scared to let the world know how they really are. I don't like niggas like that. That be just scared of what everybody think of them, living your truth. Talking about Brandon. Talking about Brandon, but they get mad. They want to make me gay. They want to low dash and everybody go live, pastor this, pastor that. He doing this shit right in our face. Right in our face. He doing it and getting away with it because his name Brandon. Facts.
okay. In all honesty, Cherry the Boom has gone on the record to say that she does not have a romantic relationship with Brandon. She said that.
Why? Go ahead.
She said that. She has said that on record. I don't know what it's saying.
Okay, so
up.
Shaky, do you think that any straight man with the world behind him, with a following like he's supposed to have, would have a transgender woman always saying, I'm Mommy Keys, always saying, Daddy know what's going on, always insinuating that y'all fuck around, exposing you for buying that purse, you took Cherry shopping and Cherry said, oh, he was such a gentleman. We know for a fact they met before because Cherry told us, but Brandon went on live yesterday saying he ain't never met Cherry in real life when Cherry already told us that y'all met and went shopping before. Why are you lying, bro? Why are you lying? And if you ain't, why are you hiding your relationship with Cherry? If I go out of town and I got an LGBT friend, I see Petty, I be on live. I see Cortez, I be on live. Because I don't give a fuck what y'all think because I ain't gay. So why is you hiding it every time you go see Cherry? You going buying these $1,000 shoes and shit. Cherry is real life exposing him every time. The whole comments, 2,000 people said, Brandon, Brandon, Brandon. He didn't have no energy for all 2,000. He get on live and say, this nigga always worried about my dick. But you got all these women talking about, I fuck with Lena. I don't even talk to Lena, period. But you on live fucking with my penis. You just putting it in women. That nigga is, I don't care what nobody say. On my soul, Brandon done fucked Cherry multiple times. He going to Atlanta, he ain't go see Cuddy, he ain't go see Scout, he ain't go see OG Hood Rich, all the people that he was down there to see the last time. He ain't mentioned nobody and he ain't hit the live button the whole time he was out of town. So what was you doing on your vacation? Your medication say it make you horny as fuck. You have an incredible sex drive off that Abilify. Those are the symptoms. What is you doing down there and the only medication you on is Abilify? And why do Cherry have so much energy to keep on going live, exposing you without saying your name? So who bought you the shoes then, Cherry? As you said, last time it was a bag. This time it's shoes, and you hoes big mad. You hoes get like me. Who is Cherry talking to? Why is you coming on the app talking to us and not even the app person?
There's a few holes that you can poke in the story. Number one, Cherry is a known prostitute. And Cherry is a known prostitute for rich white gentlemen. And thirdly, if Brandon was in Atlanta just to see Cherry, why not put on his page? If I'm going live, I could put on page Mexico, Canada, wherever. I didn't have to put anything. Do you think he'd actually allow you or anyone with enough puzzle pieces to put together to say, okay, I could make this happen? If I'm going to Atlanta to see her, no one's going to know because I'm going to just put on out in California.
Cherry don't play that shit. He went to Miami. We seen him in Miami, even though he was fucking with Ashley. He had Ashley. We seen him in Miami. We seen him in Vegas. He went live with TKO. We seen him in Miami again when he fucked with Empress and Ebony. Every time he went live, we got to see you. Every time he went out of town. But when you go to Atlanta, when you bought the purse, we didn't get to see you. When Empress went to Atlanta, we seen him in Atlanta with Empress. Empress was in the car with him. Why didn't we see you this time? Put Keys, Atlanta. Put it on his Facebook page. Pulling up in Atlanta. It's on your Facebook. Why wasn't there no post to go with that? What made you call off for them couple days? What was going on? We see you every single day. What made you log off for these couple days? And what made the coincidence, the motherfucker that got rich white people that's a prostitute say, when daddy come in town, when daddy comes in town, she's who? Mommy Keys. So who would be daddy? Daddy Keys. But I can't say Brandon. Don't forget. You tell all his people don't give outside the family and make sure that you get a return on everything you do. You Cherry Boom's #1 contributor. Out of all the LGBT members, why you don't drop on Madam Low like that? Why you don't drop on Savannah like that? You've been around Savannah way longer than Cherry the Boom. Why do Cherry the Boom get all these organic ass gifts and never give you nothing back in return and disrespect you whenever he feel like it? Whenever, and you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing at all. Never. Nobody can say Brandon has ever stood up to Cherry, ever.
When you confronted Cherry, did you confront her with these allegations?
Guess what Cherry said? First, Ebony said it. We was in a three-way PK. And I was talking about Brandon messing with Cherry when he bought the purse. And Ebony was like, damn, what you mad because you ain't fuck her first? Brandon didn't say nothing. Ebony said, is you mad you didn't fuck Cherry first? Which means somebody fucked Cherry first. Brandon said nothing. I was on another panel with Cherry. And I said, Cherry was like, I won't expose you as long as you got your donation. I said, I believe you. She said, I said, I believe you because you ain't exposed Brandon. Cherry said, I won't expose you either. I won't expose you either. After I just said you ain't exposed Brandon, Cherry said, I won't expose you either. Then got stuck like a duck, like a mummy, didn't even know what he had just said. He done slipped up and said it plenty of times. We know for a fact this man has put his penis in Cherry. You can't question. On God, tell you this, Shaky. I promise you this. If Brandon Keys was to say he'd take a goddamn lie detector test, they cost like $700. I pay for it. You can ask one question. You gotta ask, is you bisexual? Ask, have you ever slept with Cherry the Boom or did anything sexual with Cherry the Boom? And he'll fail that bitch immediately. The motherfucker scale would jump off the paper. I bet he won't do it. And I'll cash out. I trust you. I cash out you $10,000. I cash out you $10,000, bro. And Brandon take that test and pass it, you can do whatever the fuck you want with the money. And that's on my kids. He ain't gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
I've met Brandon a couple of times. I've actually, me, him, and Shekinah actually went out to dinner, and I met him, of course, at the Drip Aisle. As someone who is LGBTQ+, And I'm just being honest with you. I don't get those vibes from her. I really don't. I'm just being
You know,
real. If I'm not making excuses for somebody, I could be, I've been in life a long time, and I'm just telling you, I just don't get.
Jake,
You can
Jake,
feel when
now,
I can feel.
let me
Go
ask you
ahead.
this. In this world, do you know how many men you've been around, DL men, and you never got a vibe that they fuck with men? They be leading you
This,
to fuck.
this,
Exactly.
this,
So you're
this
not getting the
common.
vibe. You not getting the vibe don't match up to the receipts that's presented to us.
The receipt that's is up to us is not definitive. When you have the people that are involved saying, Cherry Boone's on record saying, now I get you say you caught her in a slip up in some way, but she's also definitively saying she's never met him. He didn't buy the purse. She is saying that. Of course,
Cherry the
Brandon
Boom
has
ain't never
denied that.
met with Cherry the Boom. It's already on. It's a recording of Cherry the Boom saying they have met also. So which one is a lie? Which one is a lie? Brandon admitted to buying the purse. I guess he's in Atlanta buying this shit and mailing it to Cherry the Boom. I guess he cash apping Cherry the Boom. Cherry the Boom is blankly going live immediately following your performance saying daddy was here. Was means he's gone and Brandon's back at home. Alligator crocodile, alligator crocodile, alligator crocodile. When daddy, fuck is you talking about?
So, sneezing there. Um, moving. Let's let's move on. To I don't. All right. So, what was your take on the situation with China 504 and what transpired with how or what was said about her from Am? And the reason I'm asking is because you yourself have been known to have some extensive rhetoric, and it leads up to another question. What was your take on the voice
When you
just me?
when you uh when you a roaster, you gotta know the right shit to say about people because it's hard to do cancer jokes with a person that's not a roaster because if you're not a roaster, then all the people that got cancer or deal with it go feel some type of way because you're not matching her energy. China not a roaster. So for you to go after somebody that's not a roaster for doing some shit not to you because Brandon didn't like her, you ain't do nothing for nobody to roast her. She not a roaster. She ain't no videos of her dragging ass. For you to get that mad and say they go take my page for what I'm finna do to you and still do it again means you consciously did it. You disrespected half of the people that follow you, half of the people that don't, because everybody knows somebody dealing with cancer. So you can't do that. It's a difference if you make a diabetic joke about Punkin, because Punkin a roaster and Punkin go there with you. So people can say, well, Punkin started it. That's what Punkin get. They ain't talking about me. They talking about Punkin. But when you talk about somebody that got cancer and are fighting through this shit and not a roaster, you just went and bullied somebody with a handicap, a deficiency. Hell no, hell no. So she was absolutely 1,000% dead fucking wrong because that ain't nobody that's going. And China did China bust back? No, because China not a roaster. I'm not a roaster. After they tried to take China agency and all type of stuff, did what you did. After Brandon called you China 304 and everything, because you don't want to participate in his shenanigans and have your business in jeopardy. All this hate is because a motherfucker won't do what you say. But what we gotta do is, for real, wonder why this lady is scared to stand on her own 2 feet. Why this lady lay up with a man every night that's cool with her praising somebody that ain't shit to them in real life. You treat this man on the app better than you treat your fucking husband in real life. You got keys tatted on your hand and Josh tatted on your arm. The keys are never hidden. The Josh is. The Josh is only there because I can't get the keys. If I get keys without Josh, he gonna feel some type of way. How do you treat this man better than your husband? Queen Slay was always branded. Queen Slay got me this for my birthday, y'all. Got the earrings, y'all. Got this, got 1,500. Queen Slay sending me a wig, y'all. And then we find out Queen Slay is branded. So now y'all go together and talking in third person.
Okay.
Brandon went to Houston and we never seen him in Houston. Don't forget that. When Eb needed to get that house, we never seen Brandon in Houston, but he was in Houston. You do the math.
You just accused of taking out on someone who's not a roaster. Have you yourself ever gone after someone who's not really a roaster?
I go, if you roasted me, I don't pick my shots. Name somebody I went on that's not a roaster that just did. If you can
I'm
name
gonna say
somebody,
TKO maybe. TKO's not a roaster. I've never seen him roast somebody.
TKO wasn't a roaster. Why not? When me and TKO got into it on that panel, he had just roasted 21 for an hour straight. He had read 21 for an hour straight. So he turned into what? A roaster. Once you open that door, him and Nature Boy, 21 came and got me, said, let's go over there and roast. I went over
What are you,
there.
so what are your thoughts on 21?
21 is fucked up. Like I said, 21, I compare 21 to R. Kelly. 21, let me tell you, R. Kelly, the most loved R&B singer in the world. Robert Kelly need to be sitting in the motherfucking execution chair. I don't. I have a difference in entertainment in a real life. 21, the entertainer, is great. Janiqua Norfleet is a piece of shit. And that's how I feel about 21. If you want to get into Reed in real life, bitch, I don't like you at all. But if you want to get into your entertainment, where I know you from, where we can chill, and I fuck with you, because she is a good entertainer. Period. What she do in her real life is past fucked up though.
You have gone on record to disassociate yourself from Nunu. Why is that?
I did everything I was supposed to do with that young lady, and I refused to fuck up my real life by chasing after a nobody. I shouldn't have to answer that. And we watch her almost every day do all the weirdest shit in the world that nobody will ever do in real life. Period.
I did not know it was Mrs. White's birthday. Happy birthday to her. I don't know if she can hear me. Happy birthday, sister. Um, I'm thinking, by the way, Mrs. White. I did marry him for real. He was there. He was definitely there. So you have gone. So she. Let's talk about today. We learned some stuff actually about you and Receipt Queen, Precious. Do you feel like that was fair? You stated earlier today that you were actually playing a game with her the entire time in order to ridicule her and make fun of her situation. It's
Everybody,
partly for your entertainment. Do you think that was fair to her?
I was doing it with her and Monica at the same damn time. I didn't like neither one of them. Precious know she was my type. She know that. She know that. She know that. I always scream, I don't deal with women that smoke tobacco. And Precious used to smoke the longest cigarettes in the world. I didn't like her at all. When I seen that Precious start really liking me, I tried to get her to leave me alone. In a nice way though. Like because you smoke cigarettes, I can't do it. La la la. She wasn't going. She was saying she go quit smoking. She go do this, and she just started moving weird, like an obsessed, like somebody that was obsessed. So I just had to just really turn up on her one day, like, damn, bitch, I don't like you. Like she was like a real pest, bro. She was a pest in real life. I ain't trying to roast. She was a real pest. She would not leave me alone. Period. Like it was like just getting crazy. She had left the app, and when she came back, it was full force vengeance. Vengeance, bro. Like you would have thought me and her had sex before. Like she knew me in real life. Every time you seen her, bitch, motherfucker, you motherfucker. I'm like, damn, I ain't even like you feel me. I swear, that bitch was crazy, bro. Crazy to this day. It been 5 years since we did that shit. She get in a relationship. Soon as she get out of it, I'll be her profile picture. She be back chasing me again.
Oh wow. Was there what came across our attention was that you had some type of interactions with Jazzy Cherry. What was that, or was it everything, or anything? Nothing.
Jazzy Cherry had interactions with herself. Jazzy Cherry called herself liking me, and I didn't like Jazzy Cherry.
Okay.
We had a meet and greet with my family and MBM. Jazzy Cherry wanted to go. I told her she could come. Told her she could come. When she got there, She said she was gonna get a room. I told her, you don't got to. It's plenty of room in the house. You can stay here. Oh, when I first met her, I met her and her daughter that came in my room, said hi or whatever. Boom. Oh, we started just talking and shit. Went out, it wasn't nothing at all, period. Go outside, Jazzy Cherry done changed it to some goddamn like a robe type shit, like some fake sexy shit, basically, like a robe type shit. We playing domino. So I'm like, she had us on live. I'm like, whatever I win, you can have that shit. You feel me? We was playing for $10 and shit like that. So while we playing, they start shooting dice. So I only played one game. I gave Jazzy Cherry $10 after dominoes, and I started shooting dice because Dale had lost all his money to Chaser. Long story short, I won all, and she was thinking she was getting it. I ain't give her shit. I didn't give her nothing. So she had came in my room the first night. Everybody wanted to go out and shit, but I was tired, so I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down. You know what I mean? So I went in my room and laid down. Now they went out, whatever they did, about 4 in the morning. Jazzy Cherry come in my room. I'm asleep. She get in the bed and throw her leg on me. So I like pushed her leg off me. She threw her leg back on me again. I pushed her leg off me again. So she scooted close to me and I just got up. I got up and I went out the room. Boom, I started my day. A couple people was still up, like 5 o'clock type shit. I go out when I come back in from, woke KOB up, we smoking and shit. I go back in the room. She on walking through the house with my robe on. I had just bought the Versace robe. I'm like, what is you doing? Like, what you doing in my robe? So she like, I'm like, no, take my shit off. I don't play like that. Take my shit off. So she took it off, right? Went in the room, stayed in there. Now I ain't in my room. She's still in my bed, bro. When I come in the room, she laying in the bed, but she got the phone like up in the air and it's pointed towards the door. Like, so as soon as I come in, she like trying to show me. So now I just got mad. So when I was like, man, listen, you gotta get out of my room. Like, you gotta get out. What the fuck is wrong? Like, she get off live. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You trying to put me on live? Like, we messing around? Like, she was already telling everybody, ain't nobody messing with Pastor, just my dude, and all this weird shit. She was telling Savage Royalty now that she was with me and all this, and it wasn't never that. The next night, we had to dance. The strippers come through. I put the dresser, the big dresser with the mirror on it, I put that on the door so she couldn't get in my room. I put her clothes in the hallway, her one bag. I put that in the hallway so she could have her shit. She came to the door like 3, 4 in the morning, and I didn't answer it at all, period. She took one of the most profound, prolific, sewage backup, drain posted dookies in America. Bro, she took a shit in the bathroom outside of my room, and it smelled like she shitted in the bathroom in my room. When I went in my room, I said, "Who the fuck shitted in here?" Said nobody. Now, mind you, everybody in the house looking at me crazy, whispering, talking about I just took this dynamic ass dookie. It wasn't me. Everybody. So they finally get the courage to say, man, what the fuck you eat, Pastor? I'm like, that wasn't me. That was Jazzy Cherry. They like, hell, I swear to God, when I say it cleared the whole west wing of the motherfucking White House, bro. It was no way a mask could, this shit was worse than COVID-19. I swear I have never smelled shit like that in my life. Not from a dog. A dead body don't smell that bad, bro. I swear to God. Everybody that was there say the exact same thing. Promise you, that right there really turned it off. She get on there. Now she left. She said since she couldn't get in my room, she like, I'm just gonna leave. We going to Turkey Hut because we was in Dallas. She was like, I'm going to Turkey Hut in Houston, and I'm like, cool. Like, and I told them to get their shit because like she texting me and saying weird shit like she wanted to be in the room and why I do that. I'm like, I ain't do like nothing wrong. You feel me? They come back. She like, you got me fucked up, and she want to argue and shit. She come back, so she started talking crazy to me, and I'm talking to Player Kane. And so I'm just ignoring her. She right here in my talking crazy. Her daughter just come out the blue and try to spit on me. Wow. Her daughter just through the fence. When she did, the fence was probably about to my chest. When I say I jumped over that bitch like I was one of the goddamn Extreme Games boys and chased her, man. I chased her down and I pushed her from behind and she's still in the dirt. And I just caught myself. I said, little bitch, you ever. Bitch, if that had got on me, I'd have knocked your teeth out your mouth. But Sue grabbed me from behind. When I turned around, I just swung. I ain't know who grabbed me. I ain't give a fuck. I just turned around and swung, so I ended up smacking the fuck out of Sue. Feel me? And Sue like, it's me. But I really thought it was Jazzy Cherry helping her daughter. Jazzy didn't even try to help her daughter. I'm like, damn, my fault, Sue. You feel me? I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But don't touch me. Like Player Clan, all of them grab me. Don't touch me, bro. I'm punching everybody. Don't touch me when I go in the zone. Don't touch me. You can grab me and a motherfucker get something off on me. Don't touch me. Feel me? And that's when they left. Oh, I'm gonna call a bitch. You can call whoever you want to. Call whoever the fuck you want to, bitch. And that's how that shit went. And I ain't never talked to her again. She get back talking about I gave her and her daughter $1,000 a piece and all this weird shit. Bitch, I ain't give you nothing.
Wow. Didn't know how that happened. Wow. Definitely interesting. One of your most vocal, I would say, interactions on the app came from Leah the doll. Can you tell us a bit about how those dealings went?
I don't even know. Where do I start?
Let's start from the beginning. How did you even know who she was?
Just being on the app.
And how did y'all first start interacting with each other?
It was after that Nature Boy incident.
Okay.
I guess she said like she never had flirted with me or none of that shit. Alizé was supposed to join my family. When Alizé was talking about joining the family, she was like, well, if it was all on the live. So Alizé was saying she gonna join. So like, if Alizé joined, then I'm joining. How she went out here and joined, and Alizé ended up falling back, even though she only was joining for Alizé.
Okay.
Was normal, just regular ass gifted and shit. And slowly but surely, she got on that Leah the doll shit, right?
Right.
And that was just it made the turn for the worst immediately. It was the whole thing was a clout chase. It was a I'm finna get famous off you. The same shit she did with everybody else. I feel for the weird shit. And then it's turned into a extortion game or back and forth. I'm finna tell until the point I just got fed up and just did it myself and kept telling me I'm finna go live. I'm finna do an interview. I'm finna go live. I'm finna go live. I'm finna go live. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go live, bitch. You ain't finna keep holding this over my head. That shit was stressing me the fuck out.
She has stated that you were tempted to control her into whose panel she could go on and who she could talk to. And she even stated that.
Tell her to show you any receipt of that. I didn't give a fuck about her to tell her where to go. I didn't want her around me. Never told her where to go at all, period. I was trying to get her to leave me alone in the nicest way so she would leave me alone without her doing that clout chasing shit. And she just wouldn't. She was still doing door deals or flirting and all that. And I'd be like, yes, this bitch gonna leave me alone. She wouldn't. Calling my phone back to back 3 and 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is you calling me for? Like, why you ain't answering? I'm like, I don't fucking go with you. What the fuck do you mean I'm not answering my phone? Like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Like, what the fuck do that mean? What do that mean?
She also stated that allegedly that during whatever dealings that y'all had, you were telling her during the thing, stay off of this panel and get off. You were leaving people alone.
Who panel was she? Listen, when that happened, she was a part of the church. We don't go on nobody panel. Nobody in the church goes on anybody panel for me to tell her that. That was one of the rules in the church. We don't go on certain people panel that hate the church. I ain't never had to tell her shit. She knew that when she joined it. The same thing everybody. Jackie said that I had to leave the church because we couldn't go on certain people's lives, certain people panels. And I tell them, if you do, just don't have my spade on. Go in there on your foo-foo and you good. But don't go in there with that spade. Nobody that's disrespecting me, because I ain't gonna go on nobody panel that's disrespecting you.
What was the thing with Jackie? How did that begin and end? What was going on with that? And are you concerned with her now as far as her mental health?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care. I don't care. Just being honest, I don't care what happened with Jackie at all.
But
I was genuine. I was genuine with Jackie when I was kicking it and fucking with Jackie. I was genuine. I really fucked with Jackie. I treated her like an auntie. I ain't never came on at Jackie. I ain't never flirted with Jackie. I never made any passes at Jackie or any of that shit. None of that shit. Jackie did some weird shit. Like I said, I went and I popped up on her. I popped up on her because she was going through that shit with President. She was sad. I probably had 2,000 people in my room. President was over there dogging her out, doing all this weird shit. So I went to Jackie. I ended my live to go to Jackie live, like, on some keep your head up type shit, like, fuck dude. And right, but I'm like, I ain't go drag him because I know how you really feel about him. But fuck dude, like, get off here. You could tell she was hurt. So uh at the time, Miss Janice had just got out the hospital and shit, and I had just went and seen Miss Janice. I flew down to see Miss Janice, surprising. Didn't tell her I was coming. I just went and seen her in the hospital and went back home the same day. I had a round trip flight there and back the same day. So I'm like, I had a decision. I was supposed to go see Miss Janice again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy Miss Janice a rocking chair because Miss Janice needed a chair. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna send Miss Janice the rocking chair and I'm gonna go pull up on Jackie. So I pulled up on Jackie. It was late, so I slid down on her and I knocked on the door. Her daughter answered, "Who is it?" I'm like, Pastor Pete. She like, open the door. All I did was walk in. I said, hey. She was happy. She was smiling ear to ear. She said, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Just came to let you know I'm here and la la la. And she was smiling again. So I'm like, cool. So the next day we was texting each other and she was saying she go cook. I didn't ask her to cook. She was telling a lie. She go cook chicken. They was coming over there saying, Pastor, she said, what you want with it? I'm like, just macaroni if she go cook. But the next day I'm telling her like, you ain't gotta cook at all. She was like inviting people. And I'm like, I'm telling her don't invite nobody. I'm like, motherfuckers gonna be swearing I'm fucking people and doing this and that. So I don't want nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Because all they gonna do is make assumption. I came to see you. I just want to see you kick it on live, and then I'm gonna go about my business. So she like, well, she still invited whoever she invited to come. So I was like, cool. I mean, I don't want nobody there, but if that's what you do, cool. So I went over there. Boom, all this shit was planned. We ate, we kicked it on live. I wasn't the host. I'm telling her I'm gonna let you take over the church. And when I walk out the door, uh, she like, woo, she had her earbud in. She's like, woo, I'm glad they know. I'm glad they. I'm like, I didn't hear it. You feel me? So people sent me the screen record, but I didn't get it till the next day. So the next day when I get it, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? They like check your messages on WhatsApp. So I checked them like, yeah, I'm glad, but she forgot that she had the earpiece in because she wasn't trying to say it out loud. I gave her when I was there. She had some balloons up. Have a good night. She had some balloons up, so she was like, I was like, who birthday is it? And she was like, that was my birthday. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, how old was she turned? And she told me like 30. I forgot how old she had turned. So I'm like, call her back out here. She had ordered chicken instead of cooking. So I'm like, call her back out here. Her daughter had went in the room. So she called her, my, come here. Her daughter came in the kitchen, had some earbuds in. So I'm like, here. I'm like, here go. I'm like, give half of this to your mama. I handed her $200. I said, give half to your mama because I was giving Jackie the money for the chicken that she had bought. She had bought like 5 bags of chicken. I'm eating at her house, and I'm like, let me just, you feel me? So I gave her daughter 100 for her birthday, and I gave Jackie 100 for the food. So when I gave her the 200, her daughter just walked in the room with it. So I'm like, Jackie, did your daughter hear what I said? She like, I don't know. She got them AirPods in. So I'm like, call her back out here. Jackie called her back out there. All that I knocked on her door shit, false. Jackie called her back out there. And she said, my, did you hear what he said? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I said, give your mom half of that money. Give your mom 100 and you keep 100. And she said, I'll give it to you later. And went back in her room. So now I'm on, you feel me? But I'm in her house. But I'm like, this in my head, I'm like, this little girl disrespectful as fuck. You feel me? But I didn't say nothing because I'm at her house. But, the little red light went on. So she like, that's cool. She finna get an Airbnb. She gonna have to pay for it herself. She gonna have to put that on that Airbnb. So I went in the bathroom and washed my hands. I ain't never closed the door. Come back out, eat some food, leave. After she did that and I told her, I text Jackie, I said, I seen that video and you talking about you glad I wasn't there. I came down here strictly because you was going through some shit. But the way you just played me on live after I told you I don't want to do no storyline shit. I got enough people to roast already. That's what you did to get content and all that shit that I gotta look at and all that. I ain't mad at you. I'm not gonna roast you, but I can't fuck with you no more. She went live the next day saying, "Oh, we can fix it," but we couldn't fix shit because you said how you really felt. And after I told her she couldn't fix it, she just went off a rocker again, going crazy and fuck you and fuck them and la 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 and fuck the church. I didn't want to be there. And then it never went back. Every day it got worse till I was like, if this lady go live about me again today, I'm gonna roast her ass. And she seen that and she went live about me again. And then I just turned up on her. She called my probation officer and all type of weird shit because I ended up roasting her. So, and it just stayed stuck there.
Wow. Wow. Is there any former church member that that left that you kind of miss, that you kind of wish that it turned out different? Do you have any regrets as far as the people, not necessarily the women, but as far as just anybody that you have any regrets about?
Most of the people left. Only one person probably left that didn't have shit to do with me. It had to do with my loyalty to the rest of the people in the church, and that'd be Kiki. Because me and Kiki never fell out for real. Me and her fell out because I didn't like her situation, how she felt about my other admins, which made me say that she couldn't be a part of what we had going on. She ain't do nothing to me. And then the situation with Demo just made it worse. But that's probably the only person that I didn't fall out with that I fell out with. And it turned into whatever because of the internet. But Kiki really fucked with me in real life. Kiki really got real love for me. Kiki sent me $300 on Cash App since we've been beefing. Telling me I'm still your sister and la la la. But the shit don't be for the internet because it's done in real life. I fucked with Kiki. Like before all this shit, when Facebook I was doing meet and greets, Kiki was coming to him. But like I said, the way I was running my situation, my business was coming first on the internet is business, and her and the other admins couldn't get along, so I had to let her go as an admin. However, she wanted to put the story cool, but it had nothing to do with how I felt about her in real life, and it just, like I said, her how she felt about Auntie Pam and murder made her feel a certain way about me because she looked at it like I'm her little brother and I'm choosing them over her, but I'm just choosing this is what we've been doing. You've been gone. She had left for a minute and came back. I'm not gonna tell Auntie Pam and Murder they gotta go because now you coming back and you don't get along with them. So since we all can't get along, you just gotta just stay cool with me outside of being my admin, and it just spiraled downhill from there. But it was never no like real falling out.
Do
But
you
everybody else, hell no, they all can go. Stay there.
do you feel, some people say you go too hard or go too far, and it's just not fair? What do you say to those people?
Sometimes I might to other people, but only people I'm gonna listen to that say that is people that know the whole story. A lot of people say I went too far with Demo and all that. The thing is I don't take it there. Like you will see like damn he won't fuck back with Demo, but he'll go over there with Trina B. But Trina B never owed me no loyalty. I ain't never fuck with Trina B in real life. Me and Trina B don't break bread. We don't do none of that shit ever. So if he fall out, I don't give a fuck because I don't care about Trina B. But people that I paid your bills, you done slept in my house, drove my cars, and done did all type of shit for you, took you out of town numerous times, then turn around and get disrespected for no reason. Hell no, bro. You can't never sit with me again because people that know you should know how you is, your triggers and shit like that, and they should stay away from that or agree to disagree. Vaughn just was there for Vaughn was a monetary purpose friend. Vaughn came around to get money and eat off a nigga. That's all Vaughn wanted because Vaughn let Demo. Only reason Vaughn is a hater is because Demo said I told them don't give him no more. And that's what he said. He left it like that. When I said we only cash app at Demo because Brandon making money off of us gifting Demo, so we go hit his cash app. So from now on, we only cash app and Demo. That's what I said. But he went and told it as I said, don't give him shit. And Von jumped in and like, oh, he did wrong and all this shit Von was saying in the post. So I told Von, if you don't know what's going on, then just shut the fuck up. And our beef started from that. Now I was hating on Demo and all this other shit, but I got Demo to 1 million. Demo said, give me the 400,000, man. I got him there. Give me the 600,000. Man, I'm finna leave Keys and come with you. I'm gonna start a new page. He ain't gonna release me. Give me the 800,000. Then my page was took around my birthday. So he like, give me to 1 million. I'm leaving this app. I'm coming across the street with you. So I get him to 1 million. And then after he get to the million, his head just blew straight up. It was fuck you, nigga. I'm eating it. And I was like, this broke ass nigga never seen no money before because he chose an $8,000 temporary ass check over somebody that really had your back. So when I sat back and looked at it after we fell out, I started like sizing up our friendship, going through our messages. We weren't never cool before. Everything, every time Demo talked to me or text me, he was asking me for money or dragons. Every single time he checked on me one time, like I was just seeing what you had going on, bro. Only one time out of all the time we've been kicking it did he just say, I'll just trying to see if you all right, just making sure you cool. Other than that, every time he called me, it was 200 here, 300 there, 10 dragons. Let me get 20 dragons and shit like every single time. So I'm like, damn, I was so blinded by this fake ass friendship that this nigga really been taking me up top the whole time. When I flew him to California, I told him I want my money back. I wasn't taking nobody to California. That was for my admins and shit. I took Auntie Pam, my mama, Miss White, me, and then I ended up paying for Demo ticket also. But I told him I wasn't paying for his ticket. We done went to New Orleans. We done went to a whole bunch of places where I pay everything. Every time we go, I pay for everything. I pay for all the weed. I pay for all the food. You don't even need no money. Just come on. So the one time I told him he got to pay me back, he said he would, and he never did. He never gave me my money for going to California. That's why I was telling him, bro, you still ain't paid me yet. And he, oh man, I got you and all this weird shit. And then I was just like, at the end of the day, fuck it, bro. After you just made that post and you going in, you on live talking about they laughing at me and all this, I just said, man, we cool. Like I'm cool on you, period. We ain't rocking no more. We ain't gotta talk no more or nothing, cause you money hungry, bro. You don't fuck with me for real. You fuck with me for these coins. And he got his million. He got his million, and he thought the motherfucker back to 200,000 and 300,000 now.
He is in the comments, by the way. We did see him.
That's cool. I don't care.
Just a few more questions, and we'll wrap it up. Walk us through what we've heard a lot of allegations about how you got taken off the app when it comes to hosting and the agency. A lot of people have taken credit for it. Was there a concise agenda? Was it, or was it just due to maybe some of your own doing? What happened with you using your page and then your agency?
I can say I contributed to it, with the shit they saying I did do some shit. But when I got took off the app, I really got took off the app. They said for what I did when I was talking to Leah's mother online. I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm driving. Okay. When I was talking to Leah's mom online, they said that's what got my page took. But I never threatened Leah's mom or anything of the sort. They went in and goddamn edited my video and made it like that. But I never disrespected her mom. It's on YouTube, period. I never disrespected that lady. But Brandon to say that I did something to his daughter. But like I said, the same way that Savannah and Trina B is banned, Brandon was on live saying Pastor Page will be gone in the next 2 days. I guarantee it. Give me the next 2 days, his page go be gone. And when he said that, I emailed Jordan, the person that worked for Brandon, and I asked her, I said, how the fuck is Brandon on live saying my page go be gone in the next 2 days? And how the fuck do he know that my page go be banned if my page is getting banned? And after I emailed her, it was 3 minutes later, my page got banned. and it said underage for underage. That's what it said. So I couldn't log in. So I sent my ID, but I'm like, how can I be underage? And they know I got an agency with my ID on this shit. And it's the same exact thing. I could still get on the app. I was still going in people's lives on my page. I got all my money off the app and all that shit. But it kept saying underage. So my page really got took by Brandon paying whoever the fuck the hacker is, dude, to take my page, because it would have said that my page was took for whatever bullying or whatever the fuck I did. My page was took for being underage, and then they slapped all type of shit on top of it, just like they just did Ebony's page. But Ebony page don't say underage. Her said don't sit underage. She got banned for what she did. So my page was a hit. Like, and at the end of the day, I could say like, hell yeah, I ain't mad about the ban, but I can be mad about the ban because I ain't did 25% of the shit that Ebony did. She done did way more than I did, way more times, and her page always come back, and that's only because they got whoever they got to do it. Now they reached out to me and told me to give them $2,000 to get my page back. Karma had Charlie asked me to buy my page back for $2,000, but Karma is Brandon's duck. I'm like, hell no, I ain't giving them no money. It's gonna be a storyline. They gonna go live talking about how they burnt me for $2,000. Fuck that page. But they reached out to give me my page back, just like everybody else. And I told them I was cool.
Is it banned forever, or is it for a certain
It was 1
time?
year. 1 year. That's what another thing that fucked it up. My ban was 1 year. If I'm bullying and threatening, I get the same 10-year ban that everybody else get. Eb got a 10-year ban now. Whether she get her page back or not, my shit get out August. In August, my page is unlocked again. I got a 1-year ban. 8/12/2022. My
So do
page
you
come back, but
do
huh?
you plan on returning to form, or what is it that you
No,
what are
I'm
you
cool. I'm cool where I'm at. The only thing that make that uh, be on my mind about returning is I can give people they shit back, you know. And even though I could bring home the money I bring home now through like Cash App, I get a lot of money on Cash App. But if I was on the app, I could get more because I get the little money in my wallet when I get off live, and I can get that back to people, and in return they'll give it back to me again and shit like that. Right now, I really can't, I don't help nobody. I don't give the little shit when y'all gift me, even though I say no gifts. I turn around and throw that shit back, but I don't put no money on this app after they play me like that. I refuse to give them my money. But the people that I fuck with, if they need me, then yeah, I send you a cash app. That's it. But my shit be organic, and I don't feel like I ask for $1 when I go live. If I could get a person or my following to keep building, and I get $1, it costs $30 a day. I mean a month to watch me, or $20 a month, and I could get 5,000 people to watch me, then that's way more than enough money without hurting nobody's pockets. And it ain't no middleman. I don't got to worry about them taking my page or doing all the weird shit they do, because you got talent that they don't have. When it come down to it, if everybody had organic support and was eating it up, nobody would be jealous of the next person. But it's different when you have to go into your bag and invest in yourself and everybody that's up under you to make you be somebody that you're not, when somebody else is just going live and doing it. It come to the 10th day of the month, I'll be at 1 million already. I do 10 boxes every single day, not waiting till the checks come out or nothing. And I PK myself to death. All he do is PKs. Well, that's how you win on the app. You get a rebate off every day. I'm getting a rebate, and then I can throw the shit back. And eventually, that's why I don't gotta ask for no gifts. I'm gonna get the shit myself. I don't ask nobody to give me shit, because I learned how to beat the app. I quit trying to beat people in PKs by getting 40 boxes and 30 boxes, and just start beating the app by getting the highest rebate I can get. You can have a win, because Bigo don't care who win or lose. I won because I got the rebate, and I won half of my money back in this rebate. So long as I could get my fans to give me 30% my boxes. If you could give me 3 boxes out of 10, I get all my money back, because it's a 70% rebate. So I could put 70% of my money in, take your 30%, and I can win and get all my money back plus your 30%. Plus I'm at 100K. I got 10 boxes. I'm at 100K for the month. I ain't spend 10 cents. I ain't spend nothing. So I started beating up the app, and I could take my whole thing every month. I showed it. I was taking $30,000 off the app every single month. 15,000 the first 2 weeks when the checks come out, and the following week 30,000, and I make enough by hitting 3 million to put 20,000 back into the app. But it all be without me recharging. I get 15,000 for hitting 3 million. That 15,000, I spend all that back. The rebates I get on PKs, I can spend all that back. But when the money is over with, I'm getting my $30,000, $24,000 to $30,000 every month. I'm taking off the app, and I ain't recharging shit. If I recharge something, I take it out of my wallet and recharge so I can have VIP points in case somebody get banned. But I ain't give Bigo nothing at all, period. And they weren't understanding that. To this day, nobody going in their wallet showing their withdrawal history that they took 15,000 off twice a month. Nobody on the app doing that. None of all the 3 million, nobody ain't doing it except me. I did it 4 months in a row.
Seems like a pretty good system there. But final quick question. There are people that say you won. You have proven your point about Brandon, Keys, Ebb, TKO, Nation, the whole side. Some people say at this point it becomes somewhat obsessive. What do you say to that?
I say when I wake up, today they had Ebb on there. They asked her, who do you think responsible for your page getting took? The first name she said was Keefus. You can't find a day where Brandon and Ebb don't talk about me. It's not one day that goes past where they don't talk about me in the world. All day. If you want to hear my name, go to their live. I'm just better at talking about them than they is at me, and that's why they say it. Only the motherfuckers that sit under them all day say it's obsessive, but they can't say they go in their room and Ebb just do her 1-2. Every time I went in Ebb room in the last 2 weeks, say, oh my God, Keefus in here, y'all. Keefus, what do you want? Keefus, why you coming in here? They hate ain't real. Brandon let me on this panel as soon as I come in there. His hate ain't real. They doing all that shit because they really want a nigga like me to sit with them, but I just won't do it. If you don't think that I told Brandon, put me in Keys to the street, bro, fuck that church shit, I could get the bag without him, nigga, I want to be Keys. You think he'll tell me no? My page would be unbanned the same day. Because he'll be King Kong of the app. He'll be God, nigga. I got pastor to sign with me. Y'all talking about keys and put the keys in your name, and when I call you, do that. They love to sit with me. I bring the views, bro. No matter where I go, I bring a big number everywhere I go. I could go with anybody live on the app and get that bitch shaking because I don't do none of that fake shit. Everything I do be, to me, real, or I'm goddamn sizing you up. I'm telling you what's finna happen. It'll be all off real factual shit. I don't do none of that storyline shit at all. The end of the day, they can't tell me shit when they try to real live get me off the map in real life and put me 6 feet in the ground. It ain't nothing they can tell me. I had y'all so mad that y'all tried to get rid of me in real life. That's a fact. I know I'm better than everybody else. I'm the only motherfucker that can say I survived the real shootouts from telling jokes on people.
Wow. Impressive. This is the part of the interview where I shut up my fat self and I let you shout out who you want to shout out or curse out who you want to curse out in your case, or tell anybody anything that you want, and just go for if you want to thank anybody or it's your time to say anybody that meant something to you, didn't mean something to you, or whatever. This is definitely your time.
Shout out to everybody. Shit, the church. First and foremost, everybody though. I fuck with everybody, the trolls. I fuck with everybody. Without the trolls, the live ain't go jump. If everybody on the same page, it's gonna be fucked up. So I like everybody. I try not to block and mute nobody unless they just excessive with they hate. So shit, shout out to everybody, haters and everybody. I promise you. I apologize to fucking Ashley for the last time I went off because I was wrong for that shit. I do owe her apology, but it's based on our past. I jumped the gun on her. But other than that, shit, life goes on. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm cool without having no page. They can keep on doing the same shit they doing. Appreciate the interview, bro. Shout out to Sip Nation and sign them divorce papers because this shit is not real in Jesus' name.
We're gonna stay back. Did you enjoy the? Did you get a chance to see it on the replay or parts of it? Did you enjoy the
I
wedding?
seen,
Did
I seen parts of your wedding, man. I seen
our
parts of
wedding, our wedding,
yours. But
our wedding.
that why ain't silent is yours.
In Jesus' name.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Well, definitely. Thank you for coming and explaining to us some of the things that we didn't even know. Because Sip Nation, we're kind of new here, and we learned a lot. And I definitely appreciate your candor in this interview. It was the most viewed one thus far. We can't deny that. Men lie, women lie, but numbers do not, and that's just what it is. I do appreciate you sitting with me. I try to be unbiased, and I thank you for answering some of the tougher questions. And I appreciate your time and explaining who you are and what you thought about the recent events. I appreciate your time and thank you. It's always open in case you ever want to come back. Something happens, definitely, I would love to have you in the chair. It's just I did not have
Appreciate it.
y'all messing with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your pass.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, so y'all, that was it. Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe on that. I never tell y'all how to think. That's not my job. My job is to always just ask the questions and let you come up and forge your own opinion. So definitely thank y'all so much for coming by. This has been another shaky interview. We will definitely have another exciting interview for you tomorrow, and I'll see y'all later. Good night. Love y'all.